Hi, welcome to this lab. In this lab, you will learn how to connect to remote agent with ADK and the Agent2Agent SDK. The objective in this lab is you will learn to deploy an ADK agent as an A2A server. Second, prepare a JSON Agent Card to describe an A2A agent capability. Finally, enable another ADK agent to read the agent card of your deployed A2A agent and use it as a sub-agent. So we will go to the task 1, that is to install ADK and set up your environment. In this lab environment, the Vertex AI API and Cloud Run API have been enabled for you. So let's activate the Cloud Shell first. So let's download and install the ADK code sample for this lab. Okay, that's done. Now we will do the copy lab code from the cloud storage bucket and unzip it. Let me clear this and copy the file. That's done. Let's mark my task 1 as completed. Now go to the task 2, explore the ADK agent you will make available remotely. So for the purpose of this lab, imagine you are working for a stadium maintenance company called Simba Stadium. So as part of the recent project, you develop an image generation agent that can create illustration according to your brand guidelines. Now several teams, different teams in your organization want to use it too. So we will go to your Cloud Shell editor, navigate to this one. You can open the editor and click open here. Or before you do that, or you can also open it from here as well. Right, click OK. Then you will open the illustration agent directory. It's the one. Expand it. And you should find there's a file called agent.py. Right. And you should find there's a function called generate image function, which will be used as a tool by this agent. It receives a prompt and performs a two-step process. First, it uses the Google Gen AI SDK to call the generate content. Well, this is the part which returns the raw image data directly in the response. Second, the function uses the cloud storage library to upload the image bytes to a GCS bucket. Finally, the tool returns the public URL to the newly created image file. So you will also notice the instruction provided by the root agent. Yeah, this part. So it provides specific instruction to the agent to use image generation prompt that respect the company brand guidelines. For example, a specific illustration style like the corporate befits a color palette, purples and greens on sunset gradients, example of stadium sport and maintenance imagery because it is a stadium maintenance company. To see it in action, you will first need to write a .env file to set up environment variable needed by the ADK agent. So now let's go back to your Cloud Shell. Let me clear this. And I want to create a env file. Right, that is done. So now I will copy the env file to another folder, which also will use it. Now from the Cloud Shell terminal, we will launch the ADK server. Let's type in ADK web. Okay, so can you see there is a URL shows here. To view the web interface, you can click on it. Let's click on it now. A new browser tab will open with the ADK-UI. From the select an agent drop-down box, we will choose the illustration agent and we will query the agent with some text that could be used in the recruitment slide deck, which is this one. After about 10 seconds, the agent should respond with prompt. With the prompt, it generates and a URL to preview the image. Okay, so yep. Now, the example here, that's the result return. Okay, and then you can click on the URL, and this will be the example. So you may get a different picture, but the agent, notice in the prompt you provide, the agent didn't mention spot, stadium, or maintenance work, but the agent took your text and the brand guidelines and combined them into a single prompt for the image generation model. Right, so you can close the browser now if you finish exploring it, and now we press Ctrl+C to stop running the server. Now let's mark my task 2 as completed. Moving on to the task 3, deploy the agent as an A2A server. Now back to my Cloud Shell. I need to create a agent.json file. So we will open the agent.json file using your code editor, Cloud Shell editor. Go to your illustration agent. Right, can you see the agent.json file? Yep, we will paste the coding in this file here. Right, and then you can close it to save it. Review the JSON file. Notice that, let me just click on back on it. You notice that it gives the agent a name, description, and identify some skill. It also indicates a URL where the agent itself can be called. Right? So the agent URL is constructed to be its Cloud Run Service URL once you have deployed following the instruction in the lab. While similar in names to skill, the parameter capability here is reserved to indicate ability like streaming. Right, now we will run the following to create a requirement text file in the illustration agent directory. Yep, go back to your Cloud Shell and type in this. So you should see there's a requirement file is out, and now we will paste this coding and close to save it. Now in the following command, you will use the ADK deploy Cloud Run with the -- A2A flag to deploy your agent to Cloud Run as an A2A server. You can learn more about deploying agent to Cloud Run by searching the lab deploy ADK agent to Cloud Run. Right, so I copied this code from your instruction page. Now I'm going to clear this. I'm going to deploy it now. I think this will take some time. We will just leave it to run, and I will come back later. If they ask you want to allow authenticated, yes. Press return. The deployment should take about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, in the task 4, enable another ADK agent to call this agent remotely. We will go to the Cloud Shell terminal and run the following command to copy the agent card JSON file to your ADK and A2A directory and change its name to indicate that it represents the illustration agent. So in the Cloud Shell editor file, you will open the agent.py file in the slide content agent. Right, review this agent instruction to see it will take a user suggestion for a site, slide and write a headline and body text and transfer to your A2A agent to illustrate the site. So I will paste the code under this underscore agent to add the remote agent using the remote A2A class from the ADK. Right, so and then we will add the illustration agent as a sub-agent of the root agent by adding the following parameter to the root agent right here. Yep, that you go, it show up here. Now we can save the file. Now we will launch the server from the Cloud Shell. Okay, once again, there's a link, just click on it. A new browser tab will open with the ADK dev UI, and this time we will choose the slide content agent. And right, we'll query the agent with the idea for a slide. create the content for a slide about our excellent on-the-job training. So let's wait for the agent to reply. Yep, so this is the output. You can click on the new image to have a look. That's the one. Right. So you can see the following output: a headline and body text written by the slide content agent itself, a call to the transfer to agent indicate a transfer to the illustration agent, the response from the illustration with a link that you can click to see the new image. Right, so if I go to the transfer to agent, you should be able to see. Yep. Okay, with that we can mark the task as completed. Right. Congratulations, we have finished the lab. Now you can end the lab.